Okay, so this video is about how to lose weight and actually keep it off. I decided to make this video because I I've I've been on a body transformation journey for like a long time now. It's 2024 and I I probably began this journey back in like 2016, and then even before that I always it's like I always struggled with my weight. I was always overweight, and so I was always looking for new ways to lose the weight. And I would lose weight, then I would gain weight, then I'd be in a cycle. So in 2016, I decided to get a gastric sleeve done. Um, I'm really trying to look into my camera, but I have the forward facing camera on, and it's really hard to look into the camera and not myself. So if I keep switching, that's why. Sorry, I can't help it. But yeah, so in 2016, I had a gastric sleeve. Um, and I had to teach myself how to eat all over again from scratch. Um, it's been a very difficult journey to say the least, but I've learned I've learned a lot on my journey, and I would like to share what I've learned about losing weight and keeping it off with you guys. So, the number one thing that I have learned is that mind body connection is crucial when it comes to losing weight. What does this mean? It means that it means that when it comes to our diet and how we eat, it's not just about it's not about it's not just about what we physically put into our bodies, because our minds have a very big role to play in our diets. So, for example, when you're anxious, you may tend to overeat. If you're sad, maybe you'll overeat, maybe you won't eat. If you're happy, maybe you have a bigger appetite, or maybe you have a less appetite. If so your emotions and your thought patterns have a big impact on your eating habits. Most of us don't have a mind body connection. Okay, so what that means is that we'll eat according to our emotions, how we feel. It is very important that we work on our mind body connection and understand that connection and how it affects our weight and our eating habits. A lot of people have a weight problem because they have an emotional problem or a mental problem. Like, there are so many uh, conditions and thought patterns and emotions. It can cause for you to overeat, or it can cause for you to undereat. And so when making the decision that you want to lose weight, or I don't like the terms lose weight. I prefer to say uh, body transformation, right? So when you decide that you want to transform your body, The number one thing to look at is state of mind. Begin to keep a journal and start journaling whenever you get hungry, whenever you feel like you don't have an appetite. Start journaling what you're feeling when you're triggered to eat, especially when you are triggered to eat but you're not actually hungry. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, well, how do I know if I'm hungry or if it's just my mind playing tricks on me, right? And that's where the mind body connection comes in. When you begin to journal and write these things down, you'll see the patterns and you'll realize that there is a pattern of overeating and certain emotions, or under eating and certain emotions, or eating the wrong things, certain emotions. I know personally, I learned that when I am anxious or stressed about something, I tend to go for foods that are not the best in quality. They're not healthy, they're not clean. So, what I do then is to have a small amount of what it is that I'm craving, or I just tell myself, not gonna happen. Time saying this on this video, but it is crucial. It is crucial to get your mind and your body on the same page if you want to be healthy. Not just if you want to lose weight. Yes, if you want to lose weight, most definitely. But if you want to be healthy overall, then you need to work on that mind body connection. And the way to do that is to just be mindful. Be mindful of how you're feeling. Be mindful of how you are feeling. Check in with yourself. Take a moment out of your day, take a few moments out of your day to stop, breathe, retract within, and just sort of get a feel for, like what your body needs on that day. And what it is that, what is that you're feeling on that day? What is it that you're needing on that day? Just being aware of yourself at all times in your body, being aware of what you're thinking, feeling, what your body's feeling, what you're needing at the moment. That is going to make such a big difference in your weight loss journey. And it is also going to make such a big difference on whether you keep the weight off or you go right back to your old patterns. Because this is all about changing your habits. This is all about changing yourself. If you want to lose the weight and keep it off, you have to make changes that are permanent. You have to make some changes. Because think about it, anything that you want to do in life requires for you to make changes. There's a reason why you don't have what you want at this time. There's a reason why you don't look the way that you want to look at this time. And that's because you have not made the changes that you need to make to become that person, to become that version of yourself. That version of yourself is out there. You just need to make the changes in order to see that person evolve, to see that person rise out from within you. Second thing that I highly, highly advise if you're trying to lose weight and keep it off is avoid sugar. Sugar, any kind of sugar, just don't eat it. It is absolutely unnecessary. Sugar does nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. And when I say sugar, I mean the processed sugars. I don't mean I don't mean fruit, because a lot of people have it confused where they're on a diet and they limit their fruit intake because they don't want to consume so much fruit. That's not what I'm talking about. Fruit, you cannot, fruit from an orange and fruit from a cake at the store, they are not the same thing. And don't let anyone ever tell you that they are. Okay? The fruit, the sugar in the fruit is going to provide you with energy. Okay? Good organic energy. No crash, just energy. Okay? And fiber. Energy and fiber. The fruit has fiber. Okay? But when you consume processed sugars, yeah, you may get an energy spike, right? And then you're going to crash, and then that sugar is going to turn into like fat or something. But it's really not providing you with any kind of. All sugar does is disrupt your gut bacteria, feed the bad bacteria. A nutritionist, I'm not an expert, I'm none of that. Okay, but these are things that I've learned on my journey. And when I stopped eating sugar, which I cut it out for a while, but I've been consuming it here and there recently, and I can definitely tell the difference. When I stopped eating sugar altogether, one, the weight was just coming off, and I felt great. I felt great, full of energy. So I'm definitely going back to doing that. Yeah, so I feel that we are always told that sugar is bad, but we never actually get told why sugar is bad and how it actually affects us. So that's all that I'm going to say about sugar now. But if you want to get more into depth about it, then I suggest you do your own research, because it's really worth looking into. Um, like sugar, just it's you know there's no benefit from it. You're not getting anything from it. It's just causing you harm, if anything. So knowing all that, makes it it should make it a little easier for you to completely cut it out. Cut out the processed foods. Cut out the processed foods, which most of them contain added sugars. I promise you, if you go to your middle aisles in the supermarket, in your local supermarket, and you start looking through all of the ingredients on all of those food products on the shelves, most of those products contain sugar. Even the products that are savory and you wouldn't expect for there to be sugar in, even those have sugar in them. A lot of them do. And you're probably sitting there thinking, everything's processed. This is America, right? So if I'm not eating processed foods, then what am I eating? Real food. If you're not eating processed food, you're eating real food. Um, so what you eat instead of the processed foods would be foods that you cook at home from scratch. foods that contain, uh, the nutrients, the vitamins, your vegetables, your fruits, your lean protein, whatever that is for you, whether it's plant based, animal, whatever that is. But another thing to note is not just to limit or cut out processed foods, but also for your meats, your dairy, uh, your anything that's animal based. If you choose to eat animal based, you need to do your research and you need to be making sure that you buy the right ones, because a lot of those products, for example, cheese or eggs or whatever the case, they're not sourced properly. And so you may be getting eggs. Like, yes, eggs are supposed to be, healthy, nutritious, high in protein. But if you're getting them from a dirty source and it's not the best quality egg, then what you're doing is you're feeding inflammation in your body. And so I also want to mention that the whole process of losing weight, if you approach it from a standpoint where you just want to get the weight off, you just want to be thinner, you just want to be skinny, you don't want to be fat anymore, and you want to fit into some sort of societal box, image, whatever the case, if that's the way that you're approaching your weight loss journey, then I have bad news for you. You're not going to be successful regardless of what program you follow, regardless of whether you do these things or not. Because this is a journey, a, this journey is about being a better version of you for you. It should be about vitality. It should be about longevity. It should be about what things can you do to live a better life, to live a better quality of life. What things can you do to be a healthier person overall? Processed stuff, just cut it all out. If you cannot pronounce your the ingredients in your food, don't eat it. And I'm not saying, once in a while you'll probably indulge, whatever, that's your choice, right? But just don't do it all of the time, because these products, the ingredients, the additives, the preservatives, you don't know what effect they're having on your body. And by you cutting all of those out, you're cutting out a bunch of factors, right? A bunch of things that you no longer have to factor them in. It doesn't matter how they affect you because you're not consuming them. I thought this video was going to be a little more organized, but it's just so like deep for me. Like, it's so much deeper than just losing weight. My fourth piece of advice to someone who wants to lose weight and keep it off, and disclaimer, these are not in order from most important to least important, because they are all equally important. Number four is exercise. Exercise. I know it's hard to get started. I know that, especially if you're out of shape. 1 year ago, I started working out consistently. And when I first started, it was hard. I'll never forget the first time that I laid out my mat and tried to do a cardio workout. It was literally a 5 minute workout. I got two burpees and 2 minutes into the workout, and that was it. On that day, I could not do any more. That was it. I could not breathe. I was done. And I say that because when people think of working out, when people think of exercising, it's so dreadful. I know I've been there. I've been there. That was me. I used to dread working out. But what changed everything for me was that I started looking into different kinds of workouts, different types of workouts, different trainers, because everyone has a different style. Okay, and working out is one of those things where there's so many different things that you can be doing to work out. There's so many different things that you can be doing to move your body to be healthy, right? To train your bones, your muscles, your everything. So my advice to you is look into different workout styles. There's calisthenics, plyometrics, there's Pilates, there's yoga, there's weight training, there's running, there's just so many different kinds of things. Okay, but what I recommend, again, my advice is this. When you do start to exercise, do it with the intention that you love yourself. Do it with the intention that you just want to be healthier. You just want to feel better. Do not do it with the intention that you, I don't know, don't do it because you want to look a certain way. Don't get me wrong. We all have a vision of ourselves that we want to be, and that's okay. It's okay to have a picture of yourself to work toward. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying though is that don't obsess over how you're looking and place more importance on how you are feeling. Okay, make sure you're just start somewhere, start moving, start getting your heart rate going. Um, and I also advise for everyone, every single person, regardless how old you are, how big you are, how small you are, to weight train. Regardless of what other exercise you choose to do, make sure that you're weight training your body because building muscle is absolutely crucial. Like building and keeping muscle is crucial for longevity, is crucial for your health. You know, um, you want to be able to, I don't know, play with grandkids in your 70s or 60s, or be able to travel and actually enjoy your trips, or I don't know what it is that you want to do when you're older, but you want to be able to have that mobility. You want to be able to be healthy enough to do things, to engage in things when you're older and not just sit in a chair all day waiting to die. I mean, I'm saying um it's 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 something that you should be doing for you, for your longevity, for your health. And exercising should be fun for you. I believe it should be fun for you. It should be something that challenges you, but it should be something that you enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, when you first start to exercise, I feel like for the most part, it doesn't matter what you choose to do, you're going to hate it. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to hate it, especially if you're out of shape, which you most likely are if you're starting a weight loss journey or a health journey. But yeah, so exercise is really not as hard as we try to make it. It also doesn't have to be something, you don't have to exercise for 2 hours a day in a gym. Seriously, you don't have to do that. You can start off by setting out a mat in your living room for 10 minutes a day. For 10 minutes a day, and just throw on a workout on the TV, on YouTube that you find, I don't know, interesting, fun, that looks like you'd like it. Um, Anything. 10 minutes. 10 minutes a few times a week. Just get your body going and set specific times throughout your week and specific days that you're going to show up on that mat, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes. So make sure that every every day of the week that you set and every time that you set to be on that mat, make sure you're on that mat, because that's what's going to build your consistency to keep going. That is what's going to get you to keep going. If you know that on a specific day, at a specific time, that's when you work out, and it's the same thing, same routine every week, then it's easier to stick to that. And then eventually, once your body gets used to you working out, you won't have to rely on that so much, because your body is just going to give you that cue, like it's time, like we need to go move, we need to go do it, you know? So I pretty much gave you four of my own recommendations to lose weight and keep it off. But the real takeaway from this video is that if you want to lose weight, it should be for the right reasons. If you want to lose weight, it should be because you are ready to give yourself the life that you deserve. It should be because you are ready to be healthy, because you are ready to change. Because if you want to lose weight and keep it off, it's going to require you to become a completely different person, because it's going to require you to adopt new habits that you're not used to. And I know everything that I said in this video probably seems a little much and a little like undoable if you're not already doing it, which makes sense. You're human. That's how we are. That's how we process things. But changes can be made in small increments, and you can make these changes slowly. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to cut everything out right away. You don't have to, it's not, it doesn't happen that way. Everything happens slowly. Okay, you have to be graceful with yourself. You have to learn how to fall in love with yourself. That's how you're going to keep the weight off. Okay, you need to be patient with yourself, because this all requires a lot of mental work. Most of the work it requires to lose weight and be healthy, it's all up here. Most of it is up here. The physical things that are required for you to do to be healthy and to lose weight, In order for you to actually get those things done, it requires for you to work on yourself mentally first, to change your limiting beliefs, to change the existing beliefs that you have around food, around health, around everything. But the one thing I can tell you is that I know you can do it. That I do know. Good luck on your weight loss journey or on your health journey. I will continue to post content like this, and hopefully it'll help someone out there. And if it does, I would really appreciate if you left a comment down below. Also, if you actually watch this video, comment down below, how did you end up here? What led you to this video? I'm really curious. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share with someone who can learn from it.